Hey guys, welcome to another video. I know I look like a boy today, but I don't really care. I took a shower and my hair is not cooperating, so we threw on this hat. Yeah, but today I want to talk about the song Jocelyn Flores by XXXTENTACIon. He definitely is a controversial artist, I would say. But, and we can talk about that in a separate video if you guys want. But for this video, we are going to be focusing on the story to the song Jocelyn Flores. So, yeah, let's get into the video. I've listened to the song for a couple years, and every time it hits, literally the same. It's just always such a, sad vibe to it. Something that I've never really understood, why does it make me feel like that? But when I finally learned, the story behind this song, the song felt completely different. So let's just talk about the meaning of Jocelyn Flores. Let's talk about who Jocelyn Flores was as a person. Jocelyn Flores was a real person, a real teenage girl who had her life taken way too short from her. This isn't just a story that XXXTentacion wrote, aka Jocelyn Flores, but this is a real teenage girl. Jocelyn Flores was a real person, 16 years old at the time of her death. Originally from Bronx, New York, she later lived in Cleveland, Ohio. She had a history of emotional struggles before this trip. Some reports note she faced depression and past trauma. Those specifics are private and not public yet. So no one really knows exactly what her past traumas was. No one really knows what caused her depression. But she obviously was, battling with emotional struggles. Sorry, my brain just turned off. But she was obviously struggling with mental health issues, and that will play into this story as we go on. But let's just continue. Now let's talk about how Jocelyn Flores and XXXTentacion connected. XXXTentacion, real name Jocelyn Flores, saw her pictures on Twitter and began talking to her around May 1st, 2017, about 2 weeks before her trip. He invited her to Florida, saying that she could help model for his clothing brand, Revenge. She agreed and flew down. Before this, she had no official modeling experience. She wasn't a professional model. And I want to also note this, another girl was also staying with X at this time that she flew down to Florida, okay? Now, when Jocelyn Flores went down to Florida, there was this missing money conflict. While X was away at his cousin's prom, a bag with $7,000 in cash was stolen from his home. Both Jocelyn and the other girl blamed it on each other. X was worried the situation would turn violent, so he expelled both of the girls from the house and re-signed her from the modeling offer that he gave her. So after XXXTentacion kicked the girls out, two of his members from his crew escorted Jocelyn in a hotel, the Hampton Inn in Coconut Creek, Florida, and helped her check in. They stayed with her briefly, then left the room to get food. One of those crew members came back to the room, saw the bathroom light on, and thought she was inside. He left again and fell asleep. The next morning, he noticed the bathroom light was still on. The door was locked from the inside, and he couldn't wake her or get a response, so he called for help. Hotel staff broke in and found her unresponsive in the bathroom. Authorities ruled it as suicide based on the circumstances. Did Jocelyn Flores and XXXTentacion have a romantic relationship or a sexually active relationship? Official police reports and X statements include that he admitted that they were sexually active before her death. This was documented after the fact. This detail was mentioned in public records years later and is part of the documented timeline.
Mixtape is about a girl that killed herself in my hotel room. Yeah, I had just had sex with her right before she killed herself. I kicked her out of my house because she was trying to get into a fight with another girl that was there. I didn't know she was depressed. I didn't know she was off her meds. She went there and hung herself in the bathroom. Woke up to a phone call basically telling me that she killed herself.
How X reacted publicly. X posted a video offering condolences, saying he hasn't been able to contact her family. Family members had conflicting reactions. Some were touched that he used her name in the song, and others were upset he didn't ask for permission or reach out personally.
But basically, there was this girl that
had had basically flew down here. Well, I flew her down here to model pretty much, and great girl, beautiful girl, wonderful personality, showed no signs of depression whatsoever. And basically, she flew down here. She, in a way unexplained, she killed herself when she came down here, and I mean, it was a devastating situation to deal with.
Her aunt expressed publicly that it felt like using her death for publicity because how the song was released without consent. Now let's talk about how this all became music. Revenge. X originally dedicated the song Revenge to Jocelyn shortly after her passing before Jocelyn Flores was made. Jocelyn Flores, this song was released on X's album 17 and became one of the most streamed tracks. The title The title and lyrics reflect X's guilt, numbness, and confusion after her death, not blaming her but expressing how lost he felt. Shiloh Dynasty sample. The version of Jocelyn Flores you hear isn't just X's voice. The song is built around a sample that includes Shiloh Dynasty's voice. Let's talk about lyrics now. In the song he says, I know you're somewhere, somewhere. I've been tapped in my mind, girl, just holding on. I don't want to pretend we're something, we're nothing. I've been stuck thinking about her, I can't hold on. Here he is admitting that he is mentally stuck. He is holding on to thoughts about her. The reputation of somewhere shows he's thinking about her constantly, even though she is no longer there. And then he continues to say in the song, I'm in pain, want to put 10 shots in my brain. I've been tripping about the same things, can't change. Suicidal, same time, I'm tame. Picture this, in bed, get a call. Girl that you effed with killed herself. That was the summer and nobody helped. And ever since then, man, I hate myself. In these lines, he's being brutally honest about the dark thoughts that came after her death. He's not glorifying it. He's just showing the toll and grief, guilt, and depression that it came with. And I kind of want to go a little bit deeper in this because, let me repeat, he says, picture this, in a bed, get a phone call. Girl that you effed with killed herself. That was the summer, nobody helped. And ever since then, man, I hate myself. This line recreates the exact moment that X found out Jocelyn died. He's being direct. The moment itself was traumatic. The self-hatred that follows shows how deeply he blamed himself, which is why this song feels more like a confession than a tribute. So yeah, that's the story of this song. And honestly, the song kind of just sounds different now when you know the whole story behind the song. Just knowing what fully happened just it just feels different, I guess.